So I'm Stephan. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, Stephan. I'm David.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me before we start or anything like that?
Oh, I thought we'd started. Uh,
Oh, no, we start whenever you want to start, buddy.
yeah, man. I don't really know what yeah, I
You
don't
don't know
think
what
so.
you've signed up for.
Yeah, it's like what questions should I ask? That's the question that I should be
Yeah, yeah,
asking.
yeah.
Actually, how long do you want to go for? That's a
Oh,
good
well,
question.
this is the thing, and I don't want it to end up being a thing that you try to strive for because otherwise you'll think you that it didn't go well, but usually an
Okay.
hour. But like if we go longer, it is good stuff, but it's totally up to you. Like sometimes I do them 30 minutes and but I'm shooting for an hour usually.
Awesome. All right. Do you edit afterward, or you just
Yeah.
is it
No, I edit it all up
go
and
live?
yeah, I edit it all up. I use AI to tell me when to find clips and
Oh,
then
perfect.
yeah, I just say what moment had the most laughter. And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Because if you ask it, hey, what moment was the funniest? AI every time just goes, well, humor is a subjective thing, so it's hard to really say. And it's like, oh,
Right.
great, thanks for nothing.
Yeah. The most laughter it could figure out by your face, probably, right? Like
Yeah,
how many times we went, ah, ah, ah. It could
yeah,
like quantify that.
yeah, yeah. Or maybe the
Yeah.
sound somehow. Maybe somehow
The
it knows what
audio.
the decibel level of laughter is or whatever. So,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Well, it seems like we're all right. We don't have any pressing questions. So we are back for another episode of Canadian Talk. We have a guest today, David Calkins.
Calkins. Yeah.
Calkins.
You got it
Okay.
right the first. I saw some people say Calkins because there's
Yeah.
no U in it.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
looks
there's an
like
L.
Cal.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, you got the L part.
exactly. Yeah. So we got you're a fellow Englishman, Irishman, something like that, right?
I think it's British.
British, Englishman,
Or
same shit, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, though,
English.
thank you so much for coming on the show. So David is a stand up comedian. You're a writer. You say that you used to be a scientist. I'm hoping to learn more about you throughout the show. We recently just met, but I have I found you online. I looked at a lot of your stuff, like skits and comedy stuff that you have on there, and I
Yeah.
thought you were very well spoken. You seemed really smart, and your comedy was smart. It wasn't low hanging fruit. Um, so I really thought this is the best time to talk to this guy because I feel like you've been a writer in the past, so maybe that's why your social media isn't like on fire or anything yet. But it seems like you're extremely talented. So
That's
um,
great to hear.
yeah, so I asked you to come on the show today, and thank you so much for your time today and your weird colored wall and strange poster there
Yeah.
and the girl round mirror and you even got the girl
Yeah.
lights up there. Although no, you probably got a lady
Yeah.
living with you, right? So I shouldn't chirp.
No, yeah, I do, but we have separate bedrooms, so
Oh no!
this is my choice. I chose the girl mirror,
Hey, it's totally
and
fine. It's totally fine to be a man and understand interior design more than messy shelves. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
and if you gotta know what you want.
yeah, yeah.
If you want shelves, get your shelves. If you want a girl mirror,
Get a girl mirror.
get your girl mirror. Do your thing, man. Life is short,
Yeah.
and
So some of your accolades are, I know you've been like a, sorry to interrupt. You've been a writer on a few things that I don't really follow. I hear that they're more left leaning. I'm not really sure. That's why I'm a little bit more
oh
nervous
yeah,
about
yeah.
this podcast than I ever have been in a while. But you write for basically a hedonistic, like the God Show. So like a
I
religious
wa-
person, I'm not a religious person, but a religious person might go like the definition of that is like in the commandments to not do that, to whatever, not take the Lord's name in vain, but imitate idols or whatever. I think that's in the Bible. So pretty
think
atheist show,
so.
but hey, but you're not the creator. You were a part of it, and
I was merely a vessel.
merely a vessel. And you also, I guess you said you wrote for the Onion. I don't know the extent of how much you wrote for them or anything, but can you tell me a little bit about that? Because that's a left leaning what news establishment or entertainment website or kind of comedy place.
Well, I wrote for Scott Dickers, who's former founder, longtime editor of The Onion, but I worked for him after he left. So technically, I didn't write for them,
Okay,
but
you were just
I
his
worked.
assistant.
Yeah, I was one of his machine brain
Yeah,
like joke. Yeah,
cool. That's so
and so
cool.
it was great. I started off with a YouTube show that he was working on, and then we kind of did that for a bit. I just wrote jokes for his episodes every week. And then the God Show. That's he's working with God. I don't know. Nobody, as far as I know, besides Scott, knows who uh, God is, which is fine. I think it works better for the show that way. If we just, so I still just call, like, refer to him as God. And I got used to it after a while. Just talking to my girlfriend. Oh, I haven't talked to God yet about whether he wants,
Yeah. Yeah, they're just
jokes on.
words. They're just words. Like
Yeah.
I'm not one of those literalists when it comes to religion and stuff. Like there's a lot of them out there, but I'm
I'm
not
also
one of them.
I'm not religious either. Like
Yeah.
I'm Jewish. I grew up, secular though.
Okay. Yeah, I would
So
say that
like,
I grew up secular as
yeah.
well. That's what I think as well for me. My parents were a
Mm.
little bit religious, but um, they were also gay. So it was like, how
Yeah,
religious can you be if you're gay? I don't know. That was always the question burning in my mind growing up, and I investigated religion quite a bit because of that.
that's interesting. So it's because
From a
they
from a
want
fairly
to,
critical lens
yeah.
too, because these are my parents, and I'm like, okay, oh, this is the book everybody likes. They even control my school, but I'm supposed to believe that they say that my parents are sinners. I don't know. It was always a tough.
Yeah, I mean, you ever had one of those friends who you found out later in the year was super religious, but they're super awesome and they're funny, and you're like, we get along so well. I don't understand.
Yeah,
And there was one friend I had in high school that was like that. And it was like, I think like a year or so into sophomore year, one of my other friends, we were talking to him, and he was like, "So you think like you and me and David are gonna burn in hell?" But he was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, yeah,
You
you
know,
probably are."
yeah. What's weird is that religion definitely creates nice people, but there's some
Yeah.
weird evasiveness to it because you're always wondering why are they? Oh, they're being nice because they think that they have to for God. So it always makes their niceness seem weird.
Yeah, it makes it hard to figure out where the motives are.
Yeah, if they're being genuine or not, or if it's yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
So anyway, back to you though. So
Yeah,
I wrote
yeah,
down a question. By the way, don't think I'm texting or anything. Sometimes when you see my face light up like that, I'm just writing down a thought that I have that I don't want to interrupt you. So
okay.
what was the process like while you were writing for The Onion and or helping David or whatever his name was there, David Decker,
Scott Dickers.
Scott Dickers. Sorry, I don't know anything about The
Yeah.
Onion. I apologize. I know it's a
Oh,
big.
that is okay.
So what was your process of
Okay.
writing for him, and what was that like?
Um, well, Scott is, he'll probably, if you ever talk to him, say the same thing. But he just starts projects, and then he figures out what the project's going to be like after he starts it.
Hell
So
yeah.
when, yeah,
I
he's
like that
his
because starting is the hardest part. Hey,
yeah, totally. His whole thing is ready, fire, aim. So you figure out where you want to go next. So he's like, out. I'm starting this YouTube channel. I'm gonna be just basically practicing stand up in front of a camera, just to get his. He wanted to get his camera presence. He wanted to get some honing done on his voice because he was a right. He didn't do a lot of stand up until like a lot later on in his life. So uh, and I'd known him for about like 8 or 9 years already because I took classes for writing jokes back when he taught at the Second City. He had just left the Onion and went to start this whole curriculum of like how to write funny and how to write satire. And so I did all that. And so he knew me, and yeah, he just reached out. I said, I'm going to be doing this thing. Do you want to write? And so it was me and uh, a friend of mine, two two contributors, I think, for jokes on that show, and that lasted for I think probably 6 months, 8 months. And then he's like, "Oh, all right, I'm finished the show." And after that, probably another year went by where I was working. I mean, I've been working full time with this job forever, and then I finally left, and I emailed him, and I was like, "Hey, I think I'm done with this job. Finally, I'm gonna actually go into comedy for as long as I can." And so he was like, "Oh, actually, the God Show is looking for somebody." So he's been the kind of person I just reach out to now that I've known him for a while. Like, "Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Anything, writing wise?" Because
Yeah.
he's got this group of accountability thing on Substack. People can message and I'll get together. Hey, here's what I did this week. So he's built a community out of it.
Yeah. So a little bit of a mentor too. Hey, it's nice to have mentors in life. Like,
It's a good mentor.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there will always be people that are better than you, and it's just like, why? And you just
Yeah.
follow them. So,
Especially the ones that don't try. You're
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
I like
So,
you, but I hate you.
yeah, we got to keep working. So
Yeah.
you're from Portland. Do you like the show Portlandia?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
It's good stuff, man. It's pretty much it's that, like all the little jokes about that show, the four-way cross stop sketch
yeah,
where they're all just stopped. That's like every day.
yeah,
Where I see this is ridiculous over
yeah.
here.
What's it
It's
like living in
insane.
Portland? There's a lot of mythology about what it's like there and stuff like that. And obviously during, I guess in the early 2020s, it was kind of not doing so well. What was it actually like? Were you there then? Were you always there?
I grew up here, so I've been around. It's grown a lot. I mean, Portland's got its there's things I don't like about it. I'll tell you. Like, I don't like the fact that we don't have fluoride. And why we voted out fluoride, or we haven't had it ever. And every couple of years, someone puts it back on the ballot. Hey, should we get some fluoride in the water for
Yeah.
teeth? Everybody goes, no.
Just
It's got,
brush your damn teeth. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't really worry about
Everybody,
water so much. It's funny whenever I talk to some of the more famous people, they always like to
yeah.
talk about water, and I'm seeing they're
Every
like, oh,
time,
aren't you afraid the water is going to make you trans, or water is going to make you retarded or whatever? And I'm just like, I'm
yeah.
not really worried about it, but that might just be because I'm up in Canada. We don't really have to worry about the air or the water yet, you
Yeah,
know?
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're worried about it. Either that or I'm famous. That
Yeah,
would be
maybe.
that's
Yeah,
possible
yeah. I
too.
guess you're
That
coming off that way. Who knows?
I could
Um,
be famous now.
yeah. So you say that you were like a on your website. You say that you were like a scientist and you become a comedian. I like to
Yeah.
consider myself that as well. Like I'm not. I'm an engineer, which is a type of scientist. But what kind of a scientist were you? And tell me a little bit about what inspired you to change your life in the way that you have. Maybe.
Well, I was a chemistry major in school. I did like a bunch of research right as an undergrad. At the end of my undergrad, I published this research paper on I forget what it was called, but
Oh no,
it's
that's some
it's the
good
field.
research.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait a second. It was a long title. It was for something called computational chemistry or molecular modeling. They
Okay.
take simulations of they simulate positions that molecules could be in.
Let me guess. Was it
Um,
finite element analysis?
no, it was called something else.
Oh, okay, okay. They use that for everything now. That's like the new thing where they're trying to get computers to do continuous models as opposed to the old, discrete modeling that has been like basically up until now. So it's like whenever a lot of people are doing research into that, and it's just I get bored of it. So it wasn't that.
Oh, okay. No, it was something like it was definitely on computers.
Yeah,
It was a lot of that. I got I
dude, you're
spent
so
so
funny.
long.
Okay, so what inspired you to? So you were doing that, and you kind of got it felt a little stuffy. I know that for me, engineering feels a lot of little stuffy, and so same with it, engineering pushes you into the construction industry a lot, and then you're around a
Okay.
certain type of people, and it wasn't the type of people I wanted to be working with necessarily.
Yeah.
So for you, what got you going? What made you? What people inspired you? What happened to get you from that world into the world you're trying to pursue now? How many years have you been doing stand up?
God. Consistently a year and a half. or maybe two.
How old
I've
are
been
you?
doing improv. I'm 40,
Okay, so yeah,
and
real late start.
yeah, I I started an improv when I was in my mid 20s. So I've been doing comedy for a long
Oh
time, just
wow,
not stand up.
I
Yeah,
see, I see.
and
Yeah,
I
I
did
love
that.
improv. I think improv is the best. But that's the tough part. That's where I don't do as much stand up and I do podcasting because I feel like there's more improv in podcasting, you know? I feel like you agree.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think there's just more. There's listening
Yeah.
and responding, and
Yeah.
it's really you kind of work the same muscles.
Yeah, that's the nature of improv, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helps. I mean, it helped. Stand up. I didn't have to work as hard to become comfortable on stage because I've been on stage a lot. But this job, I was doing that. I was doing improv after my work day was over, and I really wanted. I mean, I'd always wanted to do stand up, though I was just too shy. Since I was like, a kid, I wanted to do stand up, but like something happens between the age of 5 and 10, like in school, probably, and you just that part of you turns off. You're like, I don't want to be like. I mean, this is me generalizing for every single person else, but like I didn't. I got really shy, so I didn't want to do it for forever.
Yeah.
And then I got fired, and I was like, well, I should probably do it now.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, I've been fired from every job I've ever had. It's all right.
I mean I would say that they like we both agreed I should leave. I think that's more better like interpretation of it. But I'd been there for it was an office job. It was like a chemistry molecular modeling company, and that's what I thought I wanted to do right out of college. That was the first job I got like right out of college. So I was like, and I stuck with it because it's you get a good situation going, and you're like I'm stable.
Yeah,
I got
can I
life.
say can I make an insight there? Just kind of a weird random insight. It's like it's almost like secularism kind of leads you there in a way because when you're young, it makes you think that oh, an achievement with academia is what I need to succeed or to impress girls or to get money or whatever it is you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then reality kind of hits you, like the world kind of hits you, and then you're like, shit, this education isn't supposed to be my main focus. It's just supposed to help me to do what I was, maybe supposed to do or help me understand the world. And then it like, yeah, it evolves almost outside of that. And then you realize, oh shit, I was kind of indoctrinated a little bit.
Yeah, you don't even realize it until later,
Yeah.
but you think this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get a good job, and uh, then you end up at uh, someone's house, everybody talking about shit, and the conversation turns to work, and they ask you what you do, and you don't. I could never really describe what I did. I don't think I
Yeah.
ever fully knew what I did
Yeah.
because it was everyone at this company was like a PhD, except for like me and like a smattering of other folks who were never going to be as cool
Yeah.
as the top.
Yeah.
Um, Never going to fully understand what we were
Yeah.
doing.
You know what it's like is it's like one thing, only thing I ever felt like I got from it was like you'd be at a party, like you said, and you'd tell people, "Oh,
Hmm.
I'm a molecular chemist, or I'm a civil engineer," and they go, "Oh, wow, you're smart," and then
Yeah.
that's the end of it. Then they
Right.
go, "Oh, have you bought a house yet?" And you go, no,"
Yep.
and because it comes down to are you making money or not, you know?
Yeah. That's the connection is, oh, you're smart. Oh, you're engineer. What are you gonna do
Yeah.
with all of your riches,
Yeah. Have you
all
invented
your hard
something yet?
earned?
Oh, no. Okay. So you
Yeah,
don't really count then, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a
My,
bit lucky in real estate up in Canada. Did you ever, were you ever able to buy a house?
I was lucky to be able to, yeah, buy a house.
Nice. Did you get a good house? Did you get a good deal?
We did because we were renting, and the owners decided to sell it, and they were just like, how about we sell it to you guys if you want it? And we were in a good position to be able to do it because the job that I was at uh, had just become a publicly traded company, and so we had all this stock that they given us at the start when I started, and it was not worth anything. And then it became publicly traded, and there was like this big hype over the company for a week, and that's when we sold it,
Oh,
and we were
nice.
like
So you
down
got lucky
payment.
too.
It was just, we didn't plan that at all. We were
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's nothing better
yeah.
than getting lucky in life. Hey.
Oh my god, it was one of the luckiest breaks I've, and incidentally, like, also helped me get myself out of that job
Yeah.
and into doing
Yeah.
comedy
Yeah.
for a
It takes
while. So
stability to start doing what you love, you know? It's like, but
it's
hey,
kind
some
of what I
people would say we're
needed.
both just exercising our white privilege. So it's like maybe we don't
Yeah.
deserve any of this. We should give it back to somebody else.
Well, hopefully, you know, comedy will suffice.
Yeah.
Give
Hopefully it
back
is.
what I can, what I,
Yeah. So who was
you
the
know.
stand-up comedian that you loved most growing up? You said you always wanted to be a stand-up from when you were young. Who was your favorite?
I think when I was young, I really liked Robin Williams. I've never been like that kind of like high energy type. But I remember watching Mork and Mindy when I was a kid. And do you remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't even understand that show. And my mom tried to explain. She was like, he's an alien, and she's got to deal with it. And like, I just didn't get it. Like, all I understood was this guy was being ridiculous, like, and saying crazy stuff. And it amused me to no end just to watch. So I was really drawn to that. Um, but I didn't really watch a lot of stand up when I was growing up. Uh, I liked Tig Notaro a lot. She's one of my favorite comedians. When I started getting into entertaining the thought about doing it, that's when I started watching more. Um, Tig Notaro, Mitch Hedberg. I always say Hedgeberg,
Yeah.
like an iceberg made of hedges. It's not. It's Hedberg.
Yeah.
Stephen Wright, Maria Bamford.
Okay.
I do like a lot of the deadpan, either a deadpan or like crazy like characters. One or the other. Usually the kind of comics I
Yeah,
watch the
yeah.
most.
Oh, they're yeah, I like all those people as well. I think
Yeah.
the only way a woman can be funny is if she's a lesbian.
Is Maria Bamford a lesbian? Because
No,
she's pretty damn funny.
she's so funny. No, I'm just kidding. I really like Jordan Jensen. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
she's really good. I've liked Christina Mariani. She's a little bit smaller, but I've liked her ever since she was much smaller. Do you know Christina
Yeah.
Mariani from kind of the Kill Tony world? There, right, kind of more right wing, I guess, of the
I
women.
don't.
Did
No,
you
I
hear
don't think
about
I've
Christina
seen.
Pazitsky and Tom Segura getting a divorce?
I did not.
Okay, so you don't follow Tom Segura at all? Any of those big podcasters?
I know who Tom Segura is. I don't watch a lot of the comedians podcasts.
That's all I
There's just
watch.
yeah.
Yeah, so we can come
Well, that
together
makes
here.
sense for you. Yeah, enlighten me on it though. Like, what happened? Is
I
it saucy?
honestly,
Is it a
it's
little
to
bit?
me, it's wild. I guess for somebody who
Yeah.
doesn't understand it, it's not a big deal. But like, it's pretty rare to have a married husband and wife doing a podcast, and like
Oh, they
watching
were
it all.
married. Oh shit.
Yeah, I always thought that they had such a good marriage. I thought they were so good. And then it came out of nowhere. It was crazy to hear they were getting divorced. I don't have much to say about it. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything come out yet about why or anything, but
You know, it'd
I
be crazy is if you had a life like that and your marriage just
yeah,
is, it's going to be like on the not the it's going to be public. It's going to be people are going to like talk
yeah,
about it. That's nuts to me.
it's
Like,
crazy.
they don't have any idea who we are,
No,
and
no
like
idea. We're
this
just
comes
yeah,
across.
yeah. It comes across as almost crazy to even talk about them. Yeah, I
Did you know
totally.
they're getting divorced?
Yeah, some random people that we don't even know. It's like talking about a funeral of somebody. Yeah, that like some old person. We shouldn't
Yeah,
even be talking about it. But it was a weird thing for me because I watch all of their podcasts. So
yeah.
so yeah. But I mean, I feel like yeah, Tom got in shape. So the general story is I think Tom got into like much better shape, and I don't know, man. You can imagine the DMs that guy's getting. Maybe he cheated on Christina or something like that. But who knows? So what podcasts do you watch? Do you watch any?
Yes. I'm trying to remember. I am on the Spotify free version now.
Yeah.
So I don't use it very often because it sucks.
Yeah.
So I hope they're not like sponsoring
No, they're not one of my
your.
sponsors, though. I am on Spotify, but
Okay, everybody listen to this podcast on Spotify. It's a
it's a great platform.
great
Thank you for listening.
platform.
Thank you, Spotify.
Yeah, you edit that part where I said it sucks. You get
Yeah,
rid of that
totally.
part.
I'll cut it right out.
Yeah, Spotify is great. No,
Yeah.
so the last podcast I listened to a lot. I've been listening to. It's not a comedy podcast. It's just to help me sleep right now, but it is an amazing podcast. I love it. It's called The Sleepy Scientist. And it's just most of it's about space because for some reason I want to say like a year ago I just started getting obsessed with thinking about space, and
Yeah.
now I think about space like every day
Yeah.
and when I go to sleep, and it bothers me, but it's also like entertaining, and it's like a mind bendy puzzle to think about. And there's
Totally. Totally.
episodes about it on this podcast that just like pop it into my ear and listen to it and fall asleep.
Yeah, space
Um,
is wild. I feel like I didn't ever fully really get intrigued by it until I maybe started doing drugs and stuff. But still,
yeah,
yeah,
that'll help.
like weed helps with that, just like it helps with comedy. But
It sure does.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
um,
the drugs and space are a good combo.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I had something good to ask you next, and I forgot. Oh, do you have a special?
No, I wish.
Okay,
I'm
you gearing up for that though?
in my general future time, yeah, at some point.
Yeah, I
I
guess it
mean, I'm
takes a few
still
years if you're just a year and a half into, but you've got that history with improv, so you'd think that maybe
yeah.
you'd be ready a little sooner. Oh
I
crap!
think I'm
Can you hear my cat making a noise?
yes.
Okay,
I was
just a second. Yeah, she's in heat. Just a second. Let me. Okay, one second. I'm sorry about this, man. My studio isn't far
oh
enough away from the house, so sometimes my cat acts up a little bit. Just a quick break. Take a
the
second, kid.
cat. All right, I'm gonna take a quick heat break for the cat.
Yeah. Oh, really sorry about that. Super unprofessional. Um,
No, I have cats as
yeah,
well, and
I love my
they
cat so much. I don't even want to get her fixed. Like that's why I put up with that. It's only every like couple months, so not a big deal. And she's a
oh
valuable cat, so maybe I can breed her and make some money out of it.
oh, is she like like a special
Yeah.
breeding cat?
Oh yeah.
So-
She's a purebred Sphinx cat. I spent $3,000 on her. Yeah.
Wow. Is
Yeah.
she close by?
Yeah. I can show you her if you want.
I
She's
would
so
love to
cool,
meet.
man.
I would
Yeah.
love to see your cat.
Let's introduce. Yeah, she's kind of like the mascot of the show. She's so smart that I don't even have a litter box for her. She
I
and I didn't have to train her. She poops and pees in the human toilet.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna be like she poops and pees on the floor.
No,
She's so smart.
I'm not even
But she
joking.
uses the toilet.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. It is amazing. I have a video of it, and but the first few months that she taught herself and started doing it, I didn't. I would just hear it in the. I'd be sleeping, and in my bathroom, in my bedroom, I would hear a dribbling sound, and for a while I assumed it was just the shower, maybe leaking out a little bit of water or something like that, but it was actually her pissing in the toilet.
And then sure, she probably saw you do it
Yeah, because she
and was
loved
like, "Oh,
watching me
I
on the
can."
toilet, and then now she just figured it out. So
That's
let me
it's
grab
so
her for you real
crazy.
quick, and I'll introduce you. Then we'll get on with the show.
Yeah, amazing.
So this is Dibble.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
love her.
she's the
Amazing.
best. Yeah.
Oh,
And
you're so cute.
oh yeah, totally. So her name is Gibalt. I originally had a Sphinx cat named Tybalt. I named her after Shane Gillis's cat, as hacky as that is. And then I and then I actually had a dispute with a tenant. You're not going to believe this, and unfortunately, it is real. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I would say as being like a landlord. Um,
Oh
I had
no.
a dispute with a tenant who was not, I guess, not a very good guy, and he stole my cat. Yeah, yeah, and there was nothing I could do about it. With pets and stuff, there's no real authority that can, like, it's not kidnapping, it's nothing like that. So, uh,
What?
I had a cat literally stolen from me. Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, so I named this one Gibalt, and after her little sister there that got stolen. And dude, now she has a GPS implanted in her butt, dude. I'm never losing this cat. So
Oh man,
yeah,
that's traumatic. I'm
I know.
sorry that
I'm
happened
sorry.
to
I
you.
don't mean to bring it down. It's okay. I've gotten over
Oh
it. It
no,
happened
no.
last April, but
Okay.
yeah,
So,
it's
my condolences. Still, that's
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. It's
That's
all right. So do you have any
yeah.
pets?
I do. I got a couple kitties.
Hmm.
Um,
How did you get them? Are
to
they fostered, or how did you acquire these little felines?
one of them we've had for a long time. She's 16. My girlfriend found her on. I don't know if she found her. They were being sold off the side of a road somewhere.
Oh,
Just rescue kittens. There, she had a sister, so and then the sister died, and then we got a kitten like 2 years ago. So we have a 2-year-old orange tabby and a 16-year-old long-haired Maine Coon type
oh,
cat,
nice.
and they're both delightful. She thinks, uh, well, he thinks that she's like his best friend,
Yeah,
and she hates him, but she loves him,
yeah. Cats are
Uh,
so much different than dogs. Like I used to be a bit of a dog
yeah,
person, and then I became a cat person, and I started liking that you have to they're not just all over you. You kind of have to
right.
earn when they want to give you some love, they'll do it, but you can't demand it.
Yeah, cats, you just have to let them figure out that they want to hang out with you by just you being around them unapologetically until if they figure out, oh, okay, he's just, this person's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they feed me. Let's go give them a hug after they fed me.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Dogs love you immediately,
yeah.
which I do
So
love that too.
yeah, so this special. Have
Oh
you
yeah,
kind of started gearing yourself up to it at all? Like, are you preparing like a special side list of some things you're going to put in there, or how many years away do you think you are before you have a solid 60 or solid 45? Some people are even doing 30-minute specials now, but it sucks
yeah.
though because I guess when you do a special, you do abandon the material more or less. But what do you where? How long do you think?
So I've got it's the thing about like my jokes is, and maybe you encounter this too, but I start to write more material, and then I'm not really sure how much I have because there's a lot of jokes in there that are like they seem like old and stale and unfunny to me, and so I in my head I'm like, oh, I don't think that I'm gonna like do those
Oh,
because those are
you
old.
think it'll hurt your ability to perform it because to you it's already tired.
Yeah, and so then in my brain, I take it out of my like mental running list of everything. And I probably have more than I think I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably have at least 20 minutes of good material, but it's just you know, do I want to keep writing more stuff or do I want to take what I have right now and expand that,
Yeah. Isn't it
into a
annoying
longer
how
thing?
sometimes on a certain night, one bit, you'll be able to get 30 seconds out of it, and then on another night, you'll deliver it differently and it'll be 2 minutes. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That it's total the audience too. Like
yeah.
there, I just did a show at the Helium here in Portland, and it was for a comedy competition. They have this Portland's funniest person competition, and it's a lot of people in the audience. It was the preliminary rounds, and there's like it's like a bring your show, so everybody has like pack the audience with their friends, right? And so the time between jokes when there's laughter is like I did not expect that, and I brought way too much material
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
I wrote for in my head. I timed it for a mic. I wasn't thinking it was for a mic. I didn't even think about it that way. I just was like, oh, this is how long it is because I'm used to going to open mics to doing this material, and it's you're not gonna get a lot, especially because they already heard, a lot of them have already heard your jokes.
Yeah.
So when I spent a lot of my time just doing those, and so my sense of timing, I learned a lot from that experience. It's like, okay, I do have to trust these jokes to still be funny, and like build in some time. It's not arrogant to think like, oh, people will laugh here if you know that this is where people usually laugh and you've tested it a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
So
totally. So
so I ran out early on that one.
yeah. So have you ever
Yeah.
thought of going on Kill Tony?
I haven't. I just don't. I mean, I don't know much about I've seen friends of mine go on it. I don't know how you're supposed to get on it. You
Yeah. Well,
apply?
it's supposed to be a bucket pull, but if you know the right people, and if you travel to get there, you can jump the line a little bit. Like,
Oh,
yeah. So yeah. So you if you were to travel down there and go there a couple nights, you could definitely get on, especially because you have a body of work as a comedian. Like if you have that, they prioritize you as well. So
no shit.
yeah.
So by bucket pool, does that just mean
Oh yeah, they
they
have a
like
bucket. They have
draw?
a bucket where they put a bunch of names in it, and they used to let the comedians stay in the back, but then the show got too big. Now there's a bar across the street that there's usually about 200 people each night that sign up, and they all hang out in this bar called Bad Choices, and you hang out there, and and then if you get called up, you run over and you do your 1 minute, and
You
I
get
mean,
1 minute.
yeah,
Okay,
you only get 1 minute,
cool.
and it does
Good.
change a lot of people's lives. But because I primarily interview people off of that, like comedians wise,
No shit.
because of how much people pop off of there. I found a lot of receptiveness with people that are on there because they're kind of like nobodies, and then they go on Kill Tony and they get a lot of juice. So it's like, and it's good
That's
things.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So is there like a left wing version of Kill Tony? Like anything that you're aware of that's kind of similar? I'm not saying you're left wing. I'm just saying like you like Tignataro, you like Bamford, you like all these people. I'm curious if you are aware of a left wing Kill Tony.
I guess Tig's kind of left. I She probably has a left wing audience. So does I don't know. Bamford's kind of she's just very zany. Is there sorry, what was the question? Is there a left wing kill Tony
Yeah,
over
is there like a 1 minute or a bucket pull type comedy? I mean, I guess that's in a way the way they do a lot of open mics, but like, is there a famous one on the
Yeah.
left where they're kind of doing what Kill Tony's doing?
No,
No.
not that I know of. I don't. I mean, we have a lot of eh, nothing really big like that. At least I haven't. Maybe there's something like that in L.A. or something, or
Yeah,
New. I don't know. Portland. Well, we got a good comedy scene. We don't have like a show that's like a famous draw from everywhere. Because Austin seems to be like this, just really having a heyday right now of comedy,
yeah, it really is. It
which
really
is
is. But the city wasn't as nice as I thought it was. I will say that. I because
oh,
I was down there recently, right?
oh no
And
shit.
for that
Yeah,
poker
for your
for the
are
poker
you
game that I got crushed
yeah.
in. Yeah, yeah, it was quite
That's
something.
epic.
Yeah. Okay, let me throw this cat on the other side of the house here, like I was gonna. After I showed her to you, I didn't put her back in the room. So just 1 second, because she's distracting me. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, that was the other guy I was gonna mention. I was just thinking the
Yeah,
other
that's why it's good to have breaks sometimes. Gets you thinking about some of the stuff that you
yeah,
might have missed in the speed of it all, for sure. Okay, good.
yeah.
We're back. We're back.
We're back, everybody.
Okay. So, what was the guy you wanted to mention?
Nate Bargatze
Oh yeah, love him.
is the other guy early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clean comedian
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
clean.
Do you consider yourself a
Clean.
clean comedian?
I don't, but most of my material is clean.
Yeah.
I just don't like. think a lot of my jokes need. I mean, if something calls for something, I kind of see it as just I'm leaning toward the end of. I don't want to be shocking gratuitously, so I probably overcorrect a little more and avoid it unless I go, oh well, I think this joke actually could use some shock humor layered over it also
Yeah,
as a flavor profile.
yeah,
Not because I think a lot of like maybe it's just my me being I'm kind of maybe jaded from doing a lot of open mics, but to go to open mics, it's just like I love a good dick joke, man, a good jerking off joke, whatever. I love if it's good, but
there's
you
so
know,
many of them. Yeah,
so many of them are bad.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So, did you ever play any
Yeah.
sports growing up, or do you play anything now? How do you like to keep active?
I did not play a lot of sports growing up. Like organized sports, I didn't do well on. My parents did sign me up for t-ball when I was about 5. I think I was 5 years old,
Wow,
and
you
that
haven't played
was
sports since t-ball. How do you stay in shape? Because you seem to be in good shape.
thanks. I I box on a virtual headset on the Quest. Oh, I
On
got
a
a
quest.
video to show you. I gotta find this video of my brother. Video. He has a video. Of,
Yeah,
yeah, I look. No, I look. I look ridiculous, but
yeah,
I love it. It's. I did not think it was going to be good exercise at first, and I was like, I'm pretty skeptical. This is, because it's this, massive, thing comes out like this. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
this far on your head, and you're just hitting things. But it's actually pretty hard. Uh, it is a good workout.
yeah. Sounds
I
fun.
was very surprised
I haven't
to
really done
find
much
that
VR, but I feel like it's really fun. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun,
yeah.
and I like it. These portable. I need something portable. I also do yoga.
Oh yeah, I do yoga. I love yoga. Yoga's
Yeah,
huge. Hey, do you do it pretty regularly?
yeah. I started doing it regularly, maybe in my early 30s,
There you go. That's
because
the
I kind of
key.
saw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah, yoga's the best. Like, it's just good exercise. It's good. I like the poses. And honestly, it helps. I'm gonna come off like such a douchebag here, but like it is nice to be able to work out in a room with a bunch of kind of good looking girls. Like it definitely gives you the juice where it's like if you don't feel like going to the gym, just like like your Decker buddy there, like it gets you started. It's like, oh yeah, okay, well at least there'll be some girls there. Let's go there. And then the exercise starts, you know? So it's like
Yeah.
um
It motivates you to hold that pose for just a few seconds
it
longer.
does. It
It's
does.
just,
I hate that.
so
That's
that
such an ego statement, but I
just
hate
like oh.
I got to impress the girls. Come on. I'm strong. I'm strong.
Yeah. Did you guys see I didn't even kept a 90-degree angle on my
Yeah.
knee perfectly.
You can see how
I don't know if
perfect I
anybody
did that?
noticed.
Yeah. And yeah, lots of mirrors to be a creep. So, yeah, man. I like it. Okay, so just to jump over to something a little more critical, if you don't mind, because do you watch the God show still regularly? No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
have you
don't
seen like the
watch
most
it
recent
like
episode? Because just because I'm the comments I'm going to make are on the most recent episode. I watched the most recent episode with I think Gabby Findlayson. That was
so. God, I haven't seen that.
okay. Oh, okay. So
Um,
my comments on it were going to be like, the guy's voice annoys me a little bit. The fake voice that the main guy does to be God or whatever. I find it annoyed me.
uh-huh.
It annoyed me a little bit, but I get it. It's a shtick. And then what was weird about this Gabby Finlayson one, it seemed because I guess she was some sort of a person who was involved in critiquing that Canadian businessman who is building a data center in Utah. He was on Shark Tank. His name starts with an L. Larry, not Larry. Do you know which guy I'm talking about? Mr. Wonderful. You know Mr. Wonderful?
I'm mm-mm.
No? Okay, hold on. A quick Google search.
Larry.
Sorry, my
Quick,
producer isn't
quick
here today.
search.
Who is Mr. Wonderful? Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary.
Oh
So she was,
yeah.
I guess
Okay.
she had some sort of a public feud. This Gabby girl had some sort of a public feud with Kevin O'Leary, and
Okay.
all they were, what the episode felt like was they were trying to make it some sort of a skit, and they were really just fighting. It was confrontational. They were fighting with Kevin O'Leary, but he wasn't there, so they were doing this fake commentary with him not being there. And it just,
Mm.
I liked that they were being jokey about it, and it seemed like they were forcing the comedy in, but it just felt very confrontational and too confrontational. Like I love left wing stuff, but sometimes left wing stuff can get a little bit too much like he said, she said, just like enough already, you know? So that was
Yeah,
my
I
critique
get you.
of the most recent episode. That was my critique of it. Was I just, yeah, I felt like it was a little bit aggressive, and they weren't really focusing on being kind of easy breezy funny, which, so whatever though. But I bet you some of the other shows were good. I'm sure the ones you wrote for or helped with were better. uh I wasn't sure if you saw that episode, but I still wanted to mention that.
I the thing about the show that I haven't watched since I left because I needed a break
Uh-huh.
from the news.
Yeah.
I loved writing for the show. I wrote for their threads accounts, their like tweets. There's a lot of their because the whole thing was those were kind of the testing grounds for how did the people respond to certain topics or ideas within the jokes we sent in for the tweets, and then that would help inform what the show was going to be about for that week.
I see, a little bit of a
Um,
South Park model, kind of.
yeah, it was similar.
Yeah.
We were kind of like a little. I was kind of like an algorithm on his spreadsheet of jokes we submitted. He picked the ones he wanted to test.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, he liked these kinds of jokes. So we're going to write more. I'm going to show him more of those now.
Hmm.
Um, but I had to, I mean, I, I do stay informed. I think I was staying too informed for a while. It was stressing me out. I had to,
Yeah.
every single day. I really admire the work that they do to have to be consumed by the news like that all the time. Um, so I needed a break, and I probably I left like 6 months ago. I haven't watched the show for about 6 months.
Fair enough. Hey, I have another question for you. I have a buddy. I consider him to be smart. Sometimes I'll let him, when I have people who, I guess, had some involvement in more influential things, like I think what you have had. I sometimes will ask him, "What would you ask this guy?" And he asked me this question. He told me this question, and I'm curious what you have to say about it. And is there anything that you won't satirize, or is there anything that you think is like that's something I wouldn't touch right now? Like, so let's say you were still writing for some sort of a satirical thing, or you're still a stand-up, so you're satire,
Yeah,
what's something that you'd avoid right now with satirical humor, or is that exactly what we should be targeting? But in your mind, as you being a creator and a comedic mind, what would you avoid right now to satirize?
I don't
Because
think
while
there's
you
anything.
think, I'll just tell you quickly a story of, I just did a interview with
Yeah,
this.
tell me let me hear your example first, Molly.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'll give you a
yeah.
sec. I'll give you a second. So because I'm very proud of it. I was excited. I just did this interview with basically a purist satirist from Australia named
Mm.
Lisa Jane Spencer, and she's a blonde Australian girl, and she makes these skits where she basically, it's pretty racial. Whether it be like an Indian person or an Australian Aboriginal, or the most recent one she did was I think Muslims, and so she makes these videos of them basically coming to other countries and the things they do in that country that they're not from, that they would maybe be fine doing at home, and she makes these funny videos of them doing that. And she lost her job. She's gotten all kinds of trouble over what she's making because they are very racial in nature, which is pretty risky. But
No,
yeah,
she's doing things that are just part of her culture, just
yeah,
like
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and
She's
she
trying
got
to, because
in
she's
trouble
trying to
for that.
promote Australian culture, like let's say a Canadian patriot might do as well. She's kind of, because I feel like all of the British
Yeah.
major colonies right now are sort of having an influx of Indian Muslim immigrants and stuff, and so she is, I guess, creating a counter force to that while also being satirical. Because I think it's the only way you can do it now without
Right.
going to jail in these countries by doing hate speech. It has to be satire. So that's what she did. I'll send you a few of her clips. She's really funny, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to give her a
Oh.
shout out. So in terms of that, as I say, like with this immigration stuff, it's very sensitive. That's an example of a person I've talked with who really has no limits with their satire. What are some of your limits? Like what?
I mean, I don't think I think it's okay to satirize what you want to satirize. I think it helps to be an expert in what you're, you know, trying to make fun of, or not an expert, but at least to uh, kind of know your lane a little bit. Like, I'm not going to write about what it's like to be a lesbian woman, and I don't have that background. It would be really weird for me to like write something that came off as if I did know what I was talking about. And I think if I were going to use a topic that I don't know what I'm fucking talking about, I would make that clear somehow. Maybe that's part of the joke. I think the target is really important though, and you can get away with a lot if your target's right. If you're aiming up and you're not punching down, um, you know, it's I think you should be able to make jokes about what you want to make jokes about, and then just let the results of what you put out there come back. And as long as you aren't being openly hateful, racist, misogynistic, what have you, it's probably going to be okay. It's not going to ruin your career if you
Yeah,
say something that came through as well intentioned but misinformed. Uh, I just don't like the idea that we have to stop talking about certain topics depending on who we are, because who left, who will be left to, if we can't say things that may be offensive or shocking as part of our process of experimenting and finding where the line is, then who's the people who are going to be left are the ones who are going to try to use those topics to hurt the people that we're
yeah,
trying to actually,
totally, totally. Yeah, I
empower.
completely
So
agree. And I guess with what you said about it, as long as it has a positive intention, I mean, I feel like satire would always have that, trying to create something funny or something positive with something that might be not so great. I guess that's the only way you can really ease it in. So I feel like the intentions always are positive with satire, so you're almost always in the right. But one topic where I have found a tough, and again, don't judge me too much on this, but for some reason, I feel strongly about this one. For some reason, I have had trouble finding anything funny about the Charlie Kirk one. Like, I'm afraid to see some of the satire that may come out in the future to do with that, just because that one was so weirdly pure. Because he was just like a young guy, and he was like, I mean, the thing is though, is somebody might say he promoted guys like Thomas Sowell, and he is basically pretty confirmed as being, a pretty hardcore racialist, like, some people call him a white supremacist. And Charlie would reference these guys' books and stuff like that, so I understand that side of it, to do with the way he put his neck out. So in some perspectives, he was at risk of this kind of an attack. But it's just
mhm.
the way that it happened, it was so successful. Like, he got
I,
gunned down so well. The video was so gruesome that I have had a tough time finding anything to do with that. Like, all I've done so far with that is basically just talk to people who made some jokes about, whether it be making fun of his wife or making fun of other things. I've only done some podcasts with people who did the jokes and found that they weren't very smart, or that they,
yeah,
and again, the jokes weren't that great or that funny. But I haven't done anything with it yet. What do you think about that whole thing?
I think with Kirk specifically, if it's specifically a joke about him being shot and killed, that probably would need more time
Need more
before
time.
it's.
Hey, yeah, sometimes time is a variable as well. Hey.
I think that's probably, because we got, people joke about Kennedy, and I'm not trying to say he was Kennedy.
Yeah, yeah. No, totally.
uh,
Yeah.
he was,
But a lot
in
of
my
people think that
opinion,
he was at that level. Yeah.
yeah. And so that's why I think you see, I don't know if you saw Sam Morril did a joke
I saw
about
it. Yeah.
the bullet. Yeah. Um, People are finding angles, off shot from the direct assassination. We'll make fun of the engraver.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are people I haven't, I'm sure there's plenty of good, solid Charlie Kirk jokes out there that I haven't seen. I could look one up after this, but and like well, but in the I think the hard thing is probably just it only happened what, like a year ago, less than that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, comics love to see how soon they can
Yeah, they do.
start.
They do. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, man, thank you so much for your time today. I've had an amazing time. Last question I would have for you is like, um, before we do a bit of an outro, are you married?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, do you have a
No,
long-term girlfriend?
I do.
Nice, nice.
I'm poly because I'm in Portland,
Oh
so
yeah, you
we're
gotta be.
all.
I think it's required. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Man, dog,
yeah,
and children, just they're all clean for you.
yeah. We form a blob,
Yeah,
and we are one person. No, I don't know. Yeah, we all speak collectively we form a shape,
yeah,
and then we just
yeah.
um.
Hey, I've had sex with a couch before, so I feel it, man. Anything that you can do, just give her. So, what's coming next for you? Do you have some big shows coming up that you're excited about? Anything you want to promote before we let you go?
Well, I have a little show that I'm excited about. Um, if you're gonna come to Portland on Wednesday, I think it's actually next. No, it's 2 weeks from now. I forget.
Okay,
Let me
well,
check my
you know what I'll do is
calendar.
I'll interrupt you then, because my
Yeah.
I've got so my episodes are filmed basically 2 months out. So there's 7 episodes before you for each week. So this episode won't be out for about 2 months or so. So that might not work to promote something coming up close.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are you going to
well,
start a podcast, or are you going to do anything like that? Or
yes, I'm working on a. So my Substack right now started off as just me. Have you been? I don't know if you've seen it. It's
no, I
called
don't
"This
use
Might Be
Substack much,
Something."
and I haven't seen your thing. No.
So I just started out writing like a couple of years ago, like just starting off as a stand up and where I'm at now. And just there's little stories, listicles, articles. And I'm working on turning that into something that would make a good podcast just because of the shit that I've learned from leaving my job of 16 years and just doing this late. Like, there's a lot of just life shit that I've learned about myself, and there's a lot of valuable stuff in that. So I think that that could be a good direction to go with it. And I'm going to start putting stuff on because Substack lets you do podcasts also. So
Hey,
that's in
I
the
think you
works
should
probably for
start.
a year out.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I feel like, dude, if you're gonna do a podcast, I don't think you should depend on a company. Like I feel like you should make it from grassroots and publish it on your website, and then create an RSS feed so it goes everywhere. Just my opinion.
No,
Um,
that would be,
yeah, but because then
yeah,
if you go with Substack and you put it exclusively there, you're a little bit pigeonholed. And when you publish it right
really
on your
okay.
website and you create an RSS feed, you're on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because especially because you already have a website, which is
Yeah, David the comedian.
davidthecomedian.com. It'll
Yeah,
be easy for you to create a new page there and then make that your RSS feed. So maybe think about that. It's a more
that's good
raw way of,
advice.
yeah, yeah. So that
Here's a
sounds
Can I
awesome, man.
ask you a question?
Do you have any ideas for a title or anything of it yet?
This might be a podcast. I don't know.
Oh,
I
I like
haven't
that.
thought about. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of go along. But but this just made me want to ask you a question
Oh, sure.
because I've been doing stand up for a couple of years, right? And there's always this. It so it feels like this. You just have to do things before you're ready to do them in order to be to the next place. Is that correct? Am I crazy?
Nope.
Because okay,
You're definitely correct.
coming
Because with podcasting, man,
good.
if you were to, sorry, you can go ahead. If you were to
No,
see my
no.
first 20 episodes, you'd be like, oh my God, this guy, he doesn't even know what he's doing.
I think yeah, okay. That is the biggest challenge is knowing like, oh, should I be like, am I at the point now where it's like, yeah, I should have, am I working on a special? Am I a stand-up who works on a special? Am I a stand-up who has a podcast? Like, I'm always checking my like where I'm at in my head against like whether that's the X, Y, or Z thing is the next right thing
Yeah.
to do.
Hey, well, listen to the
Um,
Decker's wisdom, which we've established pretty well on
yes,
this podcast, is just go for it, man. There's no reason
yeah.
not to. You know, you're living in Portland, being 100% gay man, like you are ready for it.
I
Dude,
was like,
dude,
wait,
accept it. You are 100%
am I
homosexual.
gay? I had no idea.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. I love you, man. I think you're super funny. Anybody out there, you can find David Calkins on Instagram, on YouTube. It's David Calkins on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much for all your great thoughts and stuff today, man. I really enjoyed talking to you.
I did too. I had a great time, and
Yeah.
I hope that you keep doing this podcast because it's really great, and you're a
Oh,
delightful person to hang out with. So
oh, thanks,
keep
man.
going.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll set up a wedding between me and you like next year, and we'll become gay lovers together.
that sounds fun.
Yeah, if it doesn't work out with your girlfriend, we'll come together and
Yeah, I'll make sure. I'll get the pieces
yeah, we'll
going.
get the pieces of the puzzle
Yeah,
moving. Okay, all right,
yeah,
that's Canadian
yeah.
talk.